city of San Antonio is 500 square miles. It serves a population of 1.7 million. And it is served by a police department of 2,583 sworn officers.
During COVID, the SAPD found itself in a predicament. Conducting in-service training, as they had in previous years, was nearly impossible due to strict COVID protocols. After some quick thinking, the department came up with a new and intensive program called the SOU Training Initiative, taught by its highly trained Special Operations Unit.
The Special Operations Unit is comprised of SWAT, K-9, Bomb Squad, and hostage negotiators. So these are all officers who have received a lot of additional tactical training.
San Antonio is a very tourism-centric town, and so by virtue of COVID slowing all of that down, SOU found ourselves with additional time on our hands. We didn't have the same number of high-risk situations that we were dealing with. We didn't have the same number of large events that we were dealing with. And because we had the additional time, we opted to focus that extra time into a training program.
With agency-wide buy-in, the Special Operations Unit began to set up tactical training sessions. But rather than patrol officers going to the academy for training, the SOU team went to their substations, saving time, money, and allowing officers to train with their own shifts.
So by doing the training this way, we were training groups of officers that worked together with their supervisor during their normal duty hours, so they didn't have to wake up early or change their schedule. We would break up the patrol shift into 3 groups, and so while 2 groups would go out and answer calls, 1 group would stay back and get about an hour's worth of training. And then we repeated that until all 3 groups had been trained, and they really enjoyed the aspect of training with their coworkers and with their supervisor. I think that gave a lot of officers additional confidence when they would go out and perform their normal duties.
A large segment of training, the Coordinated Response Program, focused on officer-involved shootings and tactical decision-making.
There was an incident where we had 5 officers involved in a shooting and 85 rounds were fired. Just the sheer number of rounds in that incident was troubling, obviously. It was the 5th or 6th multi-officer involved shooting that we had in 6 to 8 months, which was an anomaly for us.
So we wanted to reduce the number of police officers that were involved in an officer-involved shooting.
To do that, the SOU used body-worn camera and dash cam footage of incidents within their own department to develop a coordinated response plan training. And that program was a success.
We've seen a significant decrease in the number of officer-involved shootings after the training. It was a drastic drop in the number of rounds fired. And so that has had an impact on officer safety and public safety.
With this new on-duty training model, SAPD officers had a 50% increase in total training hours and in the frequency of instruction compared to regular in-service training, providing more than 11,000 hours of training to thousands of officers and seeing a reduction in multi-officer involved shootings.
Winning the Destination Zero award makes me proud. Everything we do is designed to keep the public safe. The better trained an officer is, the safer the public will be. The better the equipment the officer has, the safer the public will be.
It feels good to know that other people see value in what we did. And so my hope ultimately by receiving the award is that we can impact officer safety on a national scale.